Hey viewers and viewers, my name is General Strategist and welcome back to Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. This, something like episode 42 now. Okay, so we are about to head into the next murder trial. Nagito Komaeda, the ultimate lucky student, he is of course dead. Had quite a brutal death, of course. Just looking at, just remembering of course the amount of injuries that were on his body. It was pretty crazy. Now, of course I don't really have any particular suspects in mind at this point. At least nobody who I feel strongly could be the killer. Of course, you know, there was the thing about Sonia, but I don't know. I've said it before in the previous episode, I'll say it again here. I don't know, it could be one of those things that's just a red herring. Because, you know, in every murder trial there's always someone who you initially suspect. The evidence seems, well, I say either the evidence or something about the case seems to point towards that person, but then you think, maybe not, actually. So, Sonia, I don't know. I'm not putting her as a suspect right now, but, you know, I feel like she could just be a red herring if the conversation steers in the direction of what she was doing at the military base and all that. I mean, she did give an excuse for why she was there, so we may be able to, you know, fully verify that, who knows. But other than that, you know, I have literally no idea what on earth's happened here or who might have actually done it, because there's so many disparate pieces to this case. But, you know, we'll go through those in due course just before the trial begins, once we get to review our truth bullets. In the meantime, Fuyuhiko's saying, "Hey Louis, looks like everyone's here."
Huh?
G'day mates, is this it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Oh, stop it, you're making me depressed.
Silly fool!
You're making me depressed. Okay, so it is going to happen again. The cruel conflict, where we must cast doubt upon our fine friends. G'day mates, but once we're through with this, we can go back, right? Oh yes, there's this idea floating around that, well, Monokuma, I think, pretty much said, didn't he? This is the final murder trial. And after this, well, God knows what's going to happen, basically. Because the countdown on that big machine in the middle on the centre island is getting progressively closer to 0, isn't it?
That's right.
G'day mates, that Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial. That's right, last class trial, yeah.
Damn it.
Hey Louis, but we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily.
Of course not.
G'day mates, why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all this is the one saying it, you know.
You know, right?
That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this class trial,
That's right.
I'll definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what, even if I have to pull out all the stops here, wallabies. Hello, Monami, what have you got to say about this? So we found your strange diary in your house. What's that all about?
You.
Hey, Louis, what the fuck, why are you here? She's not saying that much, is he? Oh, no, wait. You haven't realised it yet? That feeling of wanting to leave this island? Thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know?
Huh?
What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse. G'day mates, stop trying to jinx us.
I'll pick you up.
Damn right, stupid rabbits should just shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. Arr! I finally realised, after losing my powers, I've realised that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility you must face it. In order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight.
Huh?
Okay, she's had a bit of a inspirational moment. Hey Louis, what's her deal? I do not really know, but she seems different from before. G'day mates, maybe she read a self-help book.
Wait.
With her eyes, she looks so determined.
You.
What can you tell just by looking at those button eyes, you wallaby? Anyway, make sure you turn off Minimaru. It'd be annoying if you started talking during the trial. Fine.
But still.
Somehow I understand what Monami's saying, I think. Anyway, let's get going to the last class trial.
Yep.
You're right, we need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. Give me that escalator. Hey, there it is. What a strange place this island has been. This be the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Monokuma Rock. Oh boy. Now, of course, as usual with these trials, what I'll probably do is, because it'll probably be quite long, I'll probably split this over a couple of episodes and upload them one after the other, as I've done with the previous few trials. You know the drill by now, everyone. G'day mates, this elevator ride. This will be the last time for this too, right? Hey Louie, I hope so.
Well?
Let's worry about things after we've finished. Or after we're finished even. More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us. Yes.
Damn it.
Hey Louie, the killer, managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is going to go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito was a problematic fellow in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. Aye, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who survived need to stand and fight. We must fight. And here we are. And then the door slowly opened. This bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope? Or the light of despair? I'm going to wax lyrical about this here stuff. Oh, there's some nice decor here.
Well now.
Oh yes, this is Monokuma voice. I had to think about it for a second. Well then, now that that chatterbox Nagito's gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell up!
Hey Louie, enough, just fucking start this already.
Hey!
G'day mates, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
It sure is. So you've got to show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
Alright!
G'day mates, didn't I tell you? He said it, this is the end. Is it though?
Now then.
Let's... Oh, Monokuma voice. Let's get this trial started.
Viva killing!
This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. I don't know about that. This be the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. There it is. That brutal killing. With so many elements. Knife through the hand, tied down, the spear, with its weird cord and weight. All the scarring on his limbs, it's crazy. Nagito Komaeda, the ultimate lucky student. We're not so lucky this time. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. A good addition to the crew. But his true nature held such a demented thought process there was nothing like his outward appearance. We tried to get him to jump ship, but he wouldn't do it. He said he believed in hope more than anything else, because he was a weirdo. He said he was yearning for a more powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair, just to prove that hope will never lose to despair, because he was a contradictory motherfucker. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there were also times he saved us too. When he saved my bacon. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him, down to Davy Jones's locker with him, and I have no idea at all who did it, but God, it's hard to keep that voice up. Kind of adding a few lines of my own there. There's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair, just as we're consumed by the sea, That's why we absolutely have to find out the person who finished off Nagito, the killer who murdered Nagito, In order to return from this era of despair alive, we need to reach the truth, And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, the last one, billowing like a sail, full of wind, has begun. Just thought I'd add that little touch of my own, since we've got Pirate Hajime and all that. Okay, right. Skills, actually, can I get anything else? 4261. So we could get some more if we got them. Infinity Unlimited. Oh no, I can't use that one because I can't combine it with cheat code. Oh dear. Vocabulary. Effective during the panic talk action. I don't think have we got that equipped? Yeah, I think we have. Because obviously it's blue, isn't it? Shit. Maybe I need to. open the handbook and just go to Monami. Monami. Oh, I've only got 2. What the hell? I can only get downshift and upshift. Oh, I could get Moonsault. What's this one? Increases jumping power effective during logic dive. What was downshift and upshift again? Reduces aiming speed effective during non-stop debate, and the improved Hangman's Gambit cannot be combined with upshift. Increases aiming speed. Yeah, I don't think either of those are particularly useful to me, so yeah, fuck it, we'll get the Moonsault. Yes, I want it. So give it to me. Okay, right, truth bullets. So, as promised, we will review these here clues that we have. Victim is Nagito, yes, discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. Right, so he died at noon sharp, that's what we believe. Spear stabbed through the stomach, multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs, laceration on his left arm, knife impaled through the right hand, and of course he has been tied up, which is very peculiar. Torture wounds. Both of Nagito's legs tied with rope, each rope was tied nearby pillars, which prevented him from moving. His thighs were also covered with a lot of stab wounds. So whoever's done this, they really put him through some nasty treatment. Burned rope. Rope that was tied to his right arm has been burned off, but his right sleeve still looks clean, which is kind of interesting. Because of course, he was behind that screen in the plushie factory that set fire first. Survival knife, stabbed into Nagito's right hand. Knife is from the military base. Safe to assume the wounds on Nagito's legs and left arm were caused by this knife. Okay, that's a safe assumption. Blood on left hand. Now this was a bit of a weird one. As you can see, splattered... It says splattered on the palm. Oh yeah, well it's on parts of his palm, but it cuts off in the middle of the palm, okay. Back of the left hand has an unnatural bloodstain that's only above the middle joints of his fingers. Which is kind of weird, to suggest that maybe at some point he was holding something in his hand when he got splattered by blood, hence why the middle of his palm is clean. That's what I'm thinking, but you see, I had a theory that maybe it was the survival knife, and that maybe he was trying to get to his ropes, but accidentally got himself through the hand or something, though it could be, I don't know. Duct tape, his mouth was covered. However, the blood that splattered onto his face wasn't under the duct tape. The tape itself had a lot of crinkles in it, as if Nagito was definitely moving his mouth underneath it. Yes, okay. So I'm assuming what that means is he was already gagged at the moment when the injuries were inflicted and the blood came out. Hence why his mouth is relatively clear of blood. Sphere of Gungnir, this strange reference back to Trigger Happy Havoc. Spear impaled through Nagito's stomach, cord with an iron weight at the end of it extends from the back of the handle. For some reason, only the section where the cord and weight touch is bloody. Yeah, because you can see on the picture over to the right end of the cord there, there's like a weird clean spot. And you see, the hypothesis I had about this one was that maybe this was dangling above him. And he was, well... It was dangling above him with the cord maybe over a beam. Because wasn't there a blood stain on one of the beams? Having said that though, that doesn't explain how the blood stain got up there though. It's a strange one. Monokuma plushie, life-size Monokuma plushie that was found on the floor near the fire's origin point. Huge bloody hole in its stomach as if it was stabbed. Now, there's obviously all this question about Nagito's use of bombs, things like that. Obviously, what he used to destroy the hotel lobby. And I'm wondering if maybe did he get a bomb from a Monokuma unit? Did the plushies have... I don't know. I'm not sure. But... Because you know that Monokuma, obviously, in the previous game, or rather the Monokumas had not guns, bombs inside them, didn't they? So you see, here's the bloodstain that's on the girder, on the ceiling inside the goods warehouse, and I don't know how that's got there, so that's a bit of a weird one. Monokuma panels, a lot of tipped-over Monokuma panels scattered around the goods warehouse. In one area, panels seem to be laying on top of each other in a straight, orderly line. So my suspicion here is that whoever's done this, they've created a kind of domino line of these panels, so that when someone tries to open the door, as Akane tried, it knocks them over, which then activates this thing, found at the fire's origin point. Looks like this is what caused the fire. So maybe that's how they did it. They caused a domino line that activated the oil lighter. Because I think they were saying, weren't they, during the investigation, some of the students, that this thing kind of keeps burning for a moment even after you've activated it. So that's probably what set fire to the warehouse. He also had the MP3 player. So I don't know, is that just someone set that up for additional creepy factor? I don't know. Sonia secretly used one of the bombs from the military base to the ancient ruins and found out that the bombs were fake. At the time, Monami was apparently peeking at the whole thing. Okay, so this is her account of what she was doing at the military base, checking the bombs. She found out they were fake because she says she went to the ruins with one of them and tried to blow open the entrance. So if that's true, Monami should be able to back us up, or back her up. Monokuma knew all along that the bombs were fake, but he never revealed that. Right. Monami's notebook. The diary that she updated every day, or did she? Because according to Monokuma, Monami can't write. Which is a very peculiar one. And also it's kind of interesting, I just realised looking at that picture, it doesn't say Monami, it says Usami. General purpose notebook, so Monami's original form before Monokuma showed up here on the island. It's very peculiar. Now these gas mask and gloves, these were found in Nagito's room, which is interesting because it ties in to this special poison that was found in a refrigerator at his cottage. So he has this poison. Its volatility is low, liquid is very dangerous when vaporised. In a gaseous state, it's heavier than air, breaks down in minutes, and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it's possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep it secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight. It's peculiar. So he had this in a refrigerator, so I'm guessing that's why he has the gas mask and gloves, in order to be able to handle it safely. Piece of blue paper, it's a round thin piece of aluminum, it says aluminum, with British here, aluminium paper. So, I'm not sure what that is. It looks like maybe it could be a bottle cap or something, but I don't know. Then of course, the Hope Speak Academy file that we found in Nagito's cottage contains the Hope Speak Academy student profiles for all 16 students participating in the school trip. Due to the fact that Monokuma forged the traitor's profile, looking at this won't help identify who the traitor is. But what we did find out is that the person we thought was Byakuya Togami wasn't Byakuya Togami at all. It was an unidentified student whose sole, identifying feature was that their talent is the ultimate imposter. So, I don't know. Interesting stuff. So that's all the truth bullets that we got. So like I say, it's a complex one. A lot of elements to it. Okay, well, in that case, I'll just check that moon salt has been set, which now it has. I think we'll finish preparations and we'll get going. That's enough gassing.
Now
Scratching
then,
me ear.
let's begin with during the class trial. If you vote correctly, then only I'll punish everyone besides.
We know all that already, don't need to hear it again. What's up, Monami?
Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you?
She's not responding.
You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
I don't know what you're on about, Monokuma, but okay. She's silent. Nope.
Chesto!
Okay. Should have anticipated that coming. No, but she's still staying quiet.
One more time! Jeez! How about this one?
Damn.
This will be my final blow!
He's really fucking going for her. She's looking a bit beat up.
It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
Okay.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Now, let's not get down this line here of accusing each other like crazy.
Don't say something so stupid! There's no way in hell I'm the traitor!
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or could they be two different people? Who knows? Right, what do we got first time? Torture wounds, survival knife, duct tape, Monokuma plushie, Monokuma panels, oil lighter. Okay. There's a lot of stuff there. Right, let's listen to the discussion.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up! I'm telling you, they were torturing him!
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito!
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place! If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first!
That was Fuyuhiko!
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Okay. Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No, were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place? Huh.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up! I'm telling you, they were torturing him!
The reason Nagito's body was covered.
It's because the killer tortured Nagi.
So that's why he was so. What were they trying to find out? Definitely the bomb's hiding place! If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first!
That was Fuyu. I found it. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Because, yeah, if you were trying to torture him to find out something else, why would you put the duct tape on his mouth?
The killer didn't tape. I'm telling you, they were tortured.
The reason Nagito's body.
It's because the killer tortured Nagi.
Yeah,
No, that's wrong.
doesn't make sense for them to gag him, does it?
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
Indeed, and we know that it was taped during the torture because, of course, there's no blood under it.
I'm prepared.
Oh, here we go. We're onto this already. Let's try and get this right this time because I always
I just
fuck this
realized
up.
it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Stupid. Nah, mate. I need to remember how to do this. Stick with
Like
the duct
you
tape.
said, if Nagito's mouth
Shit.
was taped shut,
I didn't mean to do that.
obviously assume he couldn't talk,
How do
right?
Crap, there we go. Oh god,
that
fucking
was
it up
the
already. I fucked up.
Damn it!
How do I do this
Like
again?
you said,
I completely
if
forgot.
Nagito's mouth
There we are.
obviously assume he couldn't talk, but that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
Right, here we go. I need to
But
remember
if you
it's
tape
arrow
his mouth
keys.
shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This first, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Oh, wrong one. Damn it.
Crap!
I need to listen to the whole thing.
Pay attention. This is how it first, the killer tortured Nagito and got information. Then, after they killed him,
Oh no, what? Retreat? What do you mean?
damn it! Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, he obviously assumed he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
Right.
But if you
Vance.
tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how first, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the then after they killed him.
Crap. I just pressed the wrong button again.
Damn it!
Oh, I need to
You
look
said,
at my
if
things.
Nagito's mouth was taped shut, he obviously assumed he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
I can't back down!
Oh, here we go. Here. Keep pressing. Here. Success. Thank God. Advance. Don't know why I did it that time.
Shut. How is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagi and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct-taped his mouth shut.
What? No? Okay, maybe it's wounds that I need to do. No?
Pay attention. This is how it... First, the killer tortured and got information about the bomb's Then, after they killed him...
No, I need to stop doing that. What am I
Damn
doing?
it!
God, I'm fucking
Like
this
you
up
said,
already.
Nagito's mouth was... You obviously assumed he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
Right.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct-taped his mouth shut. Whew, that was close, you guys.
Wait, so what am I...
Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
They take Nagito's mouth after getting information from him. True, that sounds reasonable, but that clearly contradicts the truth. So it must be the duct tape over his mouth hiding the blood, or wounds. If he had listened to me until the very end, I wouldn't have to go to the trouble of repeating myself.
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed, they duct-taped his
Shit.
mouth shut.
Can't I press the button again? Nope. Missed it. Bollocks.
Damn it!
God, I'm fucking this
Like you
up.
said, if Nagito's mouth was... You obviously assumed he could... But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
Bloody
But
hell.
if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is... First, the killer tortured Nagi and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct-taped his mouth shut.
No? Wait, what am I supposed to do here? Oh my
Pay
God.
attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito
Yeah,
and
I
got
know.
information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct-taped his mouth shut.
No, apparently that's not it either. Huh? What am I doing wrong here? Am I missing something very obvious? Hold on. I always do this in this section. Oh wait, that's a report card. What am I doing? I always completely fuck this up. Hold on. Right, that's the torture. Burned rope. Right, survival knife. Caused by the knife. Duct tape. Blood that splattered onto his face wasn't under the duct tape. Tape itself had a lot of crinkles in it. It's got to be the duct tape, right? That's what I'm thinking here. It must be the duct tape. I'm just pressing the wrong one because I'm an idiot.
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured and got information about the bomb's location.
So it's not that one either. Okay, right.
Crap!
My God, my life has gone right fucking
Pay
down.
attention. This is how it went. First, the killer and got information. Then, after they killed him,
There we go.
Allow me to cut
It's that
through
one.
those words.
Jesus Christ. I got there eventually.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
Oh, I always embarrass myself with some of these mini games. Need to think a bit more.
what did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
No, let's not.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds.
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Have we established that to be the case? Can't remember.
Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
Sure it didn't come from the spear or something?
and the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so we wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
What do you think? Come on.
We can't think of any other reason.
It's awfully, awful coincidence. It just happened to set on fire.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Was that including Sonia? Though,
Yeah.
at that
And right after
specific
I
point,
opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
said it before, I'll say it again, back off, brother.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
Those weird interjections of hers. The reason for the fire, they're right, so we need to clear that up first. Cardboard panels, right? An oil lighter. Make your argument. Let's have a look at what we got. Torture rooms, blah blah blah, duct tape. Oil lighter.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup. And lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
Nope.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Nope, not sound waves.
Or perhaps opening the door caused.
Yes, it's that. There we go.
I agree with that.
Got it. That was a straightforward one.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
I've redeemed myself after my terrible performance in that minigame a second ago.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
No, not that.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels.
There they are,
A
dominoes.
huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right?
Some of them are even burnt up there.
It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
Have none of you people ever played with dominoes before where you stack them up?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
Domino effect. Nice word, nice use of that term.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
God, I always remember my grandparents, on my mother's side of the family, had this beautiful old tin where they kept all the dominoes in it. That's just an
In
aside.
place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels.
Those things must be pretty heavy then.
So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second, and from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
Is that why they played the music?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
And also the music so you can't hear them go over.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
I mean, I can see it pretty plainly down at the bottom of the screen, but never mind.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The music. Right? That's got to be how it fits in. The killer did one of the... Oh, wait, this is a pirate voice. What am I doing? Arr, the killer did one... Okay, never mind. I was too slow. Right, where's the music? It's MP3 player. There we are.
I see!
Got it! And my life crawls up a
You're
little bit.
talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
Such a well done build-up to the discovery, I must say. I'll repeat that again. Oh, there's the music. The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, do you guys hear something? Oh, hey, Louis, yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? No, I'm not talking about the music. Was that what she was referring to the panels? As if on cue it suddenly started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Because it wouldn't budge at first, is that what you're getting at? It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Oh, wrong voice. It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. You know, mates, I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. Hey, Louis, what happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protests, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open.
So the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
There you are.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
You know, in line with some of the things we've had in previous trials, it is pretty crazy.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But how heavy are these panels? That's the question.
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, because there is a slight gap there. You can see on that image.
Is that a problem?
Oh, hell yeah, it is.
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse. I see. So the problem Chiaki's talking about is, well, the killer couldn't have left, basically.
I see!
Yeah.
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
That is a good point.
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
I've had a thought. Now that you've said that. If we were all outside, do you think this could all be a setup by Nagito himself? That he put all that there with the intention of killing himself? So like Sakura in the previous game, this could be a suicide, actually. Maybe?
You don't mean...
Yeah, I think it's going in that direction, isn't it? But if that's true, this murder...
Hajime? What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse. There's only one person who could have done that. Because he's the only person in there. It's Nagito, isn't it? Where is he? There he is.
This is my answer!
Yeah,
What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
And also possibly the perpetrator? Huh, okay. This would potentially open a new, interesting avenue of possibility, because I've been looking at it from the perspective of, okay, somebody in here must be the murderer. But what if he did kill himself, now that the thought has been raised? Or if he set this whole thing up? I mean, to what end, I'm not sure, but... I mean, certain things would fit. I suppose it's just that question of why would he feel the need to kill himself to try and expose the traitor?
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid.
It's a good
His
point,
body
though.
was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget?
Or are we suggesting that maybe he did that to himself? Because he is not right in the head, old Nagito.
Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
I mean, he's pretty crazy. I wouldn't say it's beyond the realm of possibility.
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember?
I mean, yeah, he was tied up. But one of the ropes was burnt? Huh. Oh, that's actually a good point. Unless, you know, that rope that looks like it was burnt, that was loose anyway. He kept one of the ropes loose, maybe, and one of them just burnt. So it looks like he was completely tied down, but actually he still had one arm free. I'm guessing. Well, let's see where it goes.
Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
I don't know about that. Like he said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. Okay. What are the clues that we got here? Burned ropes there. So probably, I'm guessing something to do with the burned rope. Let's have a look. See the conversation.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
What? Alright, Hajime, if our assumption... if our assumption that Nagito committed suicide is correct, Nagito should have tied himself up too. That's okay, right? Okay, that doesn't really give me a clue,
To
but
actually
whatever.
tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the...
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Okay, I think maybe we have to contradict Fuyuhiko. Possibly. Let's have a look.
To actually tie up your own... That's obvious!
Tying just the leg, tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
Okay, no, not that one. So where to tie this by yourself, so I'd like to explain it. Try demonstrating it right now. I need to be careful here, my life is so low after that friggin' first thing.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the leg, tying both arms would...
You couldn't do much with...
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
It's okay. I'm trying to think here. Am I supposed to contradict someone, or maybe I agree with someone? Because there's a couple of blue statements from Makane, but think about using your teeth, but I don't. So if he did this to himself, he would have had to put the duct tape over his mouth first. So obviously, if he was tied down first, he wouldn't be able to do that. So obviously, the duct tape's got to be on pretty early, so it can't be the teeth. The front tail? What's that all about?
To actually tie up your own arms and that's obviously impossible.
Tying just a lip, tying both arms would.
You couldn't do much with it'd be impossible.
How about if you use.
Or if you use your front tail.
To know. I don't know, I just did it for the hell of it. Because I'm just guessing at this point.
Crap.
Wow, they're talking about Nagito's penis. Oh dear. Let's not talk about the guy in that way after he's dead. Oh dear.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
What do we got here? We got. Oh,
that's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with it'd be impossible.
How about if you use. Or if you use your.
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Let's just try Fuyuhiko's first statement.
To actually tie up your own...
Oh, it is that one.
No,
okay.
that's wrong.
Yeah, so... There we go.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms.
Yeah.
The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
Indeed.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
If it was, if it was burned by the fire, then why isn't his body burned?
It's burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
The proof that the burnt rope on Nagito's right arm is a trap. Well, his right sleeve, I guess.
I see.
It's not burnt.
Take a close look at his right sleeve.
Wait, do we actually have his body with us?
Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Okay, yeah.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, suppose.
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Well, that came out of the blue, didn't it?
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
Fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
That's definitely wrong.
Yes, thank you.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I'm innocent and pure. Don't corrupt my pure, innocent mind.
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know.
Possibly did that to himself, maybe. I don't know.
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand.
Ah, that much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
I still don't know what that means, but okay. Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back. What the heck? Hajime, that's not the thing to worry about at this stage.
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it!
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest!
Shut up about the friggin' Benjamin! A way to stab yourself in your right hand using only your right hand. It's okay, there's definitely an answer for this. Torture wounds, burn rope, survival knife, Monokuma plushie, ungirder. So we've got the survival knife. Possibly torture wounds, I don't know. Let's
Even
see.
if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
Possibly.
And slammed his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
No.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Right. If Nagito could only use his right hand to stab himself in the palm, how did he do it? I kind of agree with this propping idea.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
Okay, it's not letting me do that one. Alright. Prop the knife too, but the problem is, what did he prop it with? I mean, yeah, that's a fair point.
It's wrong?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
I mean...
Maybe he propped the knife somehow? And slammed his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto what?
If he just
He could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Right, let me just think about this. So, Sonia raises the possibility here, maybe he threw it in the air and let it come down on his hand, but... Huh. I mean, there's a... Something that I was thinking there, I mean, he is the ultimate lucky student, and he always seems to have luck in whatever he does. I don't know, are we seriously going in that direction, maybe? Hold on, let's look at our truth bullets. So, torture wounds, I mean, that's just those. That doesn't say anything about his hand, no. The burned rope, that doesn't really tell us anything. Survival knife, stabbed into his right hand. Knife is from the military base, safe to assume that the wounds on Nagito's legs and left arm were caused by this knife. I mean, it's obviously pointing downwards, and of course if he'd propped it up, then it would have had to have the blade facing upward for him to then slam his hand down onto it. Oh my god, do you reckon Sonia might actually be correct here? Was this one of the... For some reason the splatter cuts off in the middle of his palm. Maybe he was holding the knife then, because obviously if we're going down the whole suicide route, that could explain it. He had the knife in this hand. Was this one of the clues in the truth bullets? Let's just have a look. Hold on.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free,
no, it's not.
How could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air
Oh, that
and let
missed.
the knife fall,
Bollocks. Just rapid firing.
It's wrong?
Well, okay, so it's not going in that direction.
Even
right.
if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
if he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow? And slammed his right hand down on it?
Monokuma plushie.
Propped it onto what?
I got an achievement.
If he just propped
Airborne
the knife,
static event.
he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Is that what the Monokuma plushie is about then? Maybe? It seems an odd one to have in here. But was it... But it wasn't very close to his body though, was it? Oh god, this is a mystifying one, this is. Okay. If I need to jump cut here, then I will, everyone.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
Okay,
I agree
yes!
with that.
It is the Monokuma plushie. Wow. Okay.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
But I'm just thinking that if he's got the knife propped up, then the blade would have to be facing upward for him to then slam his hand down to it, but it wasn't. It was down through the other way. So, unless he slammed his hand down on it, and then turned his hand over the other way, so it was facing palm up, like you see in the pictures.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
He made that hole there, and so he could put the knife in it, presumably. That's why probably would be blood on it. Okay.
He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it.
But look, on that picture, the plushie is nowhere near him.
If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But why is the plushie not near him then, in that image?
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
Okay, so yeah, I was just hoping it might clarify that, because the plushie would need to be right close to him for him to be able to do that. Right, so we're definitely going with he pushed it away or something after usage,
So
right?
what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible?
Does this come back to what I was thinking before, that maybe the spear is hung over the girder? He has the cord of the weight in his other hand, so he just lets go of it so that it drops straight down onto him.
He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I sure as hell hope they're not going to make a penetration joke next. Don't you fucking dare, you scrub. Don't you fucking dare.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
You motherfucker. Turn around and get the fuck out.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time. I need you recorded. For reasons.
Just... Akane, can you bitch slap this guy into the freaking next century, please?
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out!
Or Fuyuhiko, you can do it too.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
Is she?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monami sassing me!
Oh, we can't have that.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far, so... This might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted. and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone.
Here we go. We're having another emotional moment.
No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Here we go. Yes.
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together.
His friendship is power.
That's
And all
how
that.
we made it this far up till now.
Yes, I mean, can we save the monologuing until, well, rather the pep talk until after the trial?
Everyone working together.
She's right, we made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that, and even now.
Alright, let's do this.
It's a funny little moment. Blood on left hand. Right, it might be to do with the blood on the left hand here, this one, I think. Possibly.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
Not necessarily.
If that's the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth? Or maybe he used his front tail?
Don't come back to that, please.
I know guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
Jesus Christ, woman.
What are you saying?
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
Good lord. He used some part of his body, the only thing he could have used is his left hand, surely.
How did Nagito's... Let's work together. When the spear stuck, his right hand was...
He was only able to... But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Got it. Another fairly straightforward one.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
As though he was holding on to something.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
What was Nagito's left hand doing when the blood splattered? Gripping.
I see.
When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Oh my god. What is going on here? Why all the friggin' innuendo all of a sudden? What is this? Shut up about the front tail.
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear!
No, he's grabbing the cord.
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
But he doesn't need to. Oh, that's right, that's the problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think?
Put it all on her.
Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
No, don't hit her.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear. I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
Alright, which section of the spear was he holding onto? The cord.
I see.
Here we are. We got this pegged.
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
There you are.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
Because it was hanging from the girder, I'm guessing.
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
Nope.
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Oh dear. Nagito was gripping the cord, extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with a spear?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
Yes, I think that's a good idea, Miss Sonia. I'm just going to jump cut here because I want to actually get myself a cup of tea. So, the princess always makes good suggestions. 1 second, everyone. Time for tea, ladies and gentlemen. Got my big cup here. Let's keep going.
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
It's a long name for a plan, but sure.
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time. What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
I'm pretty sure I've got the answer to this
How
now.
it was positioned.
Nagito was facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So if it's just before that... that's it. Could it be? The state of the spear and the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment. If I put those together and think about it, I should be able to figure out where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. Is it hangman time? Oh no, logic dive, okay. This one. The old snowboard. Oh god, my life is so low. My life is so low. What do I do about my life being so low? Okay, let's just take it slowly, because that just appeared out of nowhere. And I just did that one. Bleeding hell, what is this? Oh no, it's gonna... Oh no, I thought it was gonna speed me up. No! Don't you friggin' send me into bloody blue triangles. Things are very dangerous. Okay, I've got to jump. There we are. Right, question 1. Where's the spear just before it impaled Nagito? Nagito's left hand under. No, it was above. So we're going down the red path. So I'm telling you now, it was hanging from the girder. See? We're correct. Watch out for further obstacles. Oh, okay, I didn't realise they were actually a thing. Damn it. We've passed them. Oh no, there's another one. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah. Watch out for the spinning diamonds. They're pretty bad. Evil spinning diamonds. So, there's 2 of them. Diamond duo. Question 2, right. Besides the spear, what else was above Nagito's ceiling girder? So we need to go down the blue. Okay. Here we are. It said a stuffed plushie for one of them. And sprinkler system. I mean, the sprinkler system's technically correct, but that's not what we're looking for in this instance, is it? Oh, watch out for the blues. Bloody blue triangles. And red guys. Bastard! No! Damn these things. Okay, just slow down. Slow down, Red. Just take it slowly. There we go. Like that. Oh god, what the hell's going on there? Oh, they're only doing it on little sections. Okay, if I twizzle in and out of them, we'll be absolutely alright. And get a jump. There we are. Question 3, sometime soon, please. Question 3, right. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling girder? The rope on Nagito's left hand, the spear's cord, or the rope. Well, it's the spear's cord, isn't it? Because it's looped over. Here we go. We got this, ladies and gents. Whoa! Watch out for these guys! Fucking don't! Jesus. Okay, well we got the dive results. We got the answers all right, pretty much.
It's all coming together!
It's all coming together now. Complete.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
No, not quite.
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Just wondering how the blood got on there. Because that would suggest he was already injured when he kind of looped it over.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support.
Yes.
He hoisted the spear directly above him.
Like that.
And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
Jesus. Says something about his state of mind, doesn't it? Okay, actually, that explains, looking at that animation there, how the bloodstain gets there, because of course... Yeah. So obviously he was already injured when he was holding it, yeah? So some of the blood from his left hand must have got on the cord, and as the cord went over the girder as the spear fell, there was a smear of blood left on the girder. Okay, right.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
Okay, yeah.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
I mean, it all kind of makes sense. It's just, to what end? What good would him killing himself actually do? What would be the purpose in doing so, though? That's the outstanding question.
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that. He did all that while he was gripping the spear?
Well, he may have been gripping spear afterwards. Well, I don't know. Okay, yeah, like that
That
then.
spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end.
Yeah, it makes sense he could do it like that, yeah. He has the plushie nearby, sticks the knife against it.
Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Yeah, okay, so that's how the blood gets onto the cord and the weight of the spear, right.
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer.
I don't know. Let's see.
His goal was to get us all executed.
Was it? I mean, he's pretty crazy and, you know, sometimes he would step into a trial and just say all kinds of weird shit, but I don't know. He was always kind of... He always used to say, oh, I'm on the side of hope, not despair, and all that. Would he try to get everyone executed?
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
And I was starting to feel a little sympathetic toward him. How stupid of me, I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's the form his malice took, I've forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me,
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right?
Yeah. Because this is the thing. This is the thing he was going on about all along, so... How does his suicide serve this function? Because I just don't... I'm not sure I'm not sure I entirely buy this idea that he was just trying to get everyone killed.
Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion.
Have we?
Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense.
And there's a whole other side to the discussion that we've not covered yet, concerning a certain poison, certain gas mask and all that, all that jazz.
It's probably just my imagination.
Why? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about, I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it, Is it because we don't know who the traitor is, or...?
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
No.
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You're right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Wait.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh?
Wait.
That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Frustrated.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
Oh, I get the feeling it probably will, won't it? Now that you've said that.
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death, and it's something that even he couldn't have messed with,
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Something related to Nagito's death. A piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. Ooh, what would that be? I was thinking the Hope's Peak Academy file, maybe? Let's just try it and see.
Crap!
No, that's not it. She's worried about something else. Okay. Piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. Okay, let's have a look. Right. So it's not that. Monami's notebook? I don't know, maybe? What else is there? It's not all this, because that's to do with what we just talked about. Even he couldn't have messed with.
Crap!
No, it's not that either. Oh my god, I'm out of fucking life. Whoops. Piece of evidence. Alright, do I have one more shot? Okay, looks like I do, don't I? The special poison? Poison found in the refrigerator? Even he couldn't tamper with. I bet this isn't it, is it? No. Wait, what are we talking about? No use, blah blah blah. This is just the usual thing. Yeah. Hang on. We've seen this kind of thing before. They just vote for Padme and then blah 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 blah. Yeah.
This is my...
No. I want to retry. Give me that.
We will never give up!
That's it, Padme. You tell them. Okay, what am I... Oh, at least it replenishes all my health, though. That's the good news. We can always use that if the worst comes to the worst. Right, something related to Nagito's death. A piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. What are we talking about here? Blood on Girder, Monokuma Piles, Oil Lighter, MP3... Something that even he couldn't mess with. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that.
Crap!
I pressed enter by accident. I meant to look at it, not to actually submit it. Christ, I'm ballsing this up so badly. It's not that. What were the details of this one again? Secretly used one of the bombs from the military base. Oh, this one. This one, right?
Crap!
Oh, no, that's not it. Okay. Well, no, because he would have known they were fake, wouldn't he? That's why he placed them there. God damn it, I am making an ass of myself here. So it's none of those down there. Display problem. Something related to Nagito's death. A piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. Oh shit, no, not that. I don't want that. Something that he couldn't mess with. Something that he couldn't mess with. I don't know. Something that he couldn't mess with. What? What could he not mess with here? No, not that. Panels. Something that he could not mess with. What? I genuinely don't know. Poison. Am I just being dumb here? I feel like I'm being dumb here. There should be something obvious that I've completely overlooked. The snow? The burned rope? Survival knife stabbed into his hand? Something that he couldn't have messed with. I'm just gonna have to guess here. I have no idea. I genuinely haven't a clue. What's it asking me to look at here? The wounds? But that's something that he himself influenced, so... What?
Crap!
Don't know. No, I have no idea. I'm just guessing at this point, because I'm not sure what it wants me to get at here. Spear of Gungnir? For some reason on the section, he's messed with that though, so it can't be that. What? What do you want from me, game? I don't know. This thing?
I see!
Oh, okay. The Monokuma file, I suppose. Actually, okay,
Is
yeah.
it about the Monokuma file?
Of course. I am being dumb. Because that is the one thing that he doesn't get any influence over, because Monokuma makes that. Fuck's sake. Oh, I am an idiot. I'm sorry, everybody, for putting you through that pain. You were probably all face-palming like crazy.
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
Yeah, let's just check that. Victim discovered in the warehouse, estimated time of death. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Laceration on left arm. Is this all going to be about the timing of it? Because if he was died at noon sharp, didn't they say that was roughly when the fire started? And we were forced to use the fire grenades? Because that would imply that... unless... maybe he wasn't dead from the spear by that point, or something. Okay. Oh, right, it's going to show me the Monokuma file anyway. Never mind. Didn't need to just take that detour then. Victim, body discovered, warehouse, blah blah blah. Estimated time of death, noon sharp. Spear stabbed in the stomach, multiple stab wounds, laceration on left arm, knife impaled through right hand. We know this. Alright, the suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Chiaki is worried about is... What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? Something to do with the time? Is that it? Something... Something? Cause of death. Is that what we're going with? Okay, we need... you. Here we are. Oh my god, there's loads of fucking things! Shit! Ah, fuck! Oh fuck. Oh fuck, they're all banging together! Fuck! What do I need? I need an E. That's what I need. There we go. Get that. Fuck! Yeah. F, F, F. Give me an F. Fuck. Fuck, there's too many of them. There's too fucking many of them. Shit me. Will you just slow down? Fucking hell. God lordy Lou. There's just too many things going on here. Fuck. Oh, where's an A? That. Oh, I need a H. Give me another H, please. Give me a H. I've got no fucking life barely. Good lord.
I got it.
There's a fucking massive letters there. It's like too much to process.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
True. Doesn't specify which one. And there's obviously still a question about the timing. Laceration, blah blah blah.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
Yeah, but being impaled in the stomach, I feel like is not something that would necessarily automatically kill you.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma, I plead the fifth!
What the do you mean the Fifth Amendment?
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place!
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
What is this game that's being played that he's been setting up here?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh?
Are we about to have another emotional moment?
Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Yep, it's another pep talk motivational moment. These trials sometimes seem to have these kind of fluctuations where they'll be proceeding along with all the information, then suddenly they'll have a moment like this.
Hey, Monokuma! You heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be alright.
Yeah, get on with it.
That's what I believe.
Aww, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
What she said, yeah. Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. And this situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. Arr. Oh, are we going to thingy? Intermission, everyone. Got trial suspended.
No!
Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was going to start, but... Well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was going to happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monami? Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. Just ... Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're all alone with someone else. So, Monami and I are the bestest of best friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough! Why do I have to be hated that much? Besides the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. How sad. Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know. We aren't even friends in the first place. Then as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, there may be some demands for that. I fell for it. I totally took the man bait. God damn it, Monami. Good lord. Yes, I think we will.
What's the campfire and the mines, Philip? Press left mouse to fire cannons.
Death trap.
Okay, it's a bit straightforward. It's kind of like a side-scrolling section. Like so, oh god. Wow, I'm fucking missing all the time.
What are they supposed to be? Just like skeletal sharks?
Yeah, they're like shipwreck sharks. They're good because they're made of shipwrecks.
Oh.
Yeah. Got a bit of lag there. Oh, there we go, pitch. Yeah, got a bit.
You're trying to kill them all, are you?
Yeah, I think I'm actually getting points.
Oh god, you've gone down to 9 hearts now instead of your 10.
Oh shit, that's big.
Oh, a death charge.
Yes.
Yeah, that took that long.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it?
Have you got unlimited of them?
Yeah, oh, look, I see you coming behind me. Okay.